Happy holidays, everyone! Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm sharing how I'm going to do my makeup for the holiday season, so let's get to it. First, priming my eyelids with one of my favorite primers by P. Louise. I apply a generous amount, of course, just enough to cover the hyperpigmentation on my eyelids. See that big difference? Just exactly what I needed. Now to apply eyeshadow. I promise you this is going to be the easiest eye makeup look you've ever seen. We're just using 2 shades. That's it, 2 shades. And one of them is really a shimmer. So really it's one transition shade and then some glitter. But we'll get to that in a second. I'm applying this transition shade above my crease and in my crease. To recreate this look, you can use whatever brown eyeshadow that's perfect as a base color basically. Not too dark of a brown and not too light of a brown color, just about in the middle. Next we got glitter. You know your girl loves her shimmer. We're applying this glitter all over the eyelid, a generous amount. Use whatever light gold or gold glitter eyeshadow for this step. Use whatever palette that you love that has similar shades to what I use so that you can recreate this look. The eye makeup is fairly simple to do, so let's enjoy some of this music while I work. And then next, I'm applying eyeliner. Yes, I still like a crisp eyeliner. You can never go wrong with a wing. And then I apply my false eyelashes off camera. Now applying mascara. By the way, if you need a full eyebrow tutorial or a full eyelash application tutorial, both of my video tutorials are linked down in the description. Alright, as I'm prepping my face for foundation, let's get back to enjoying some of this music. I'm using 2 different colors from Too Faced. I'm applying the lighter concealer closer to the inner corners of my eye and my bottom eyelids. Closer to the inner corner of my eye and just below my lower eyelid. And then I'm going to use the darker one to highlight the remaining areas on my cheekbones. Yes, it may seem like a lot of makeup, but this is just how I like the coverage for my makeup. As I mentioned before, I do have hyperpigmentation on my skin, and I want to make sure that those bags and the discoloration is fully covered. So I will continue to apply my makeup this way until I find another way that happens to work best for me. Now using the same foundation brush to blend in those edges and also use it to blend out the rest of the concealer on my face. Now let's go ahead and set that concealer. First, I'm using this under eye setting powder, and then I'm going to use another setting powder for the remaining areas of my T-zone. Now setting the foundation, I'm also using this color to bring color back to my skin to help blend out and make that highlight stand out. Now I'm going to contour with all 4 of these cream concealers. I know, every last one of them have a job to do. So starting with the darkest one, only using just a little bit, and then I'm going to use the next shade lighter to apply everywhere else. I just used that darker one to really deepen the contour, and then I used the shade above it to actually contour the rest of my face. We are going to look chiseled, okay? And we are going to look snatched, okay? So just applying it to my usual places, you know, cheekbones, jawline, temple of the head. Now back to enjoying this music while I blend. Next, I'm going to do a nose contour. This is the 3rd and 4th contour shade. One contour shade is basically the same color as my foundation, while the other one is slightly 1 shade darker than my foundation. So this one is going to be a light little contour. And then setting all of those contours with my favorite contour palette by Black Radiance, and applying those 2 shades in the same areas, cheekbones, jawline, and the temple of my head. I know I might look like a little alien right now, but trust the process. The ending is going to look good, I promise. And of course, now setting my nose, but I'm only using the shade Sculpt. Contour is a little bit too dark for my nose. And now setting powders to set my highlight one more time. This will also help make the contour stand out. So first I'm using the banana powder by J Cat Beauty. That one is a little bit like a white yellow. And then I'm going to use the Too Faced powder just beneath it. So using the Too Faced shade on majority of where my highlight was placed on my T-zone. I just want the inner corners of my eyes to be lighter, just to have a nice little pop. And then to help make my contour for my jawline and my cheekbones to be chiseled and crispy, you know, we're gonna do that little cut, okay? Make the jawline look snatched, okay? Then dusting away the excess powder that I applied. And now just touching up my contour. And then blending everything on my face. Just blending, blending, blending so that there are no harsh lines. And for blush, you know, I gotta look like a little black Barbie doll. This is my favorite blush. I've been using this blush for 10 years. And now we need some shimmer. You know, I like to have a very bright highlight. You know, it has to be blinding just about. And we are almost done. Now lining my lips with one of my favorite lip liners. This lip liner is absolutely beautiful. I really hope you guys are enjoying this music. I handpicked everything for this video as per usual. And I just felt like each of these songs just really makes me feel so much love and happiness during this time of year. The Christmas spirit is just so warming. Like, I love this music. Now almost done, but let's go ahead and do our red lippy for this look. It's starting to come together, right? I'm telling you, once you put the lipstick on, it ties this entire look together. I'm telling you, trust the process, trust the process. Absolutely beautiful. I'm loving this look. And just to do my finishing touches, lining my eyes, adding some shimmer to the inner corners of my eyes. And now mascara on the bottom now that my face makeup is complete. And then after that, this is the final home stretch. Setting spray. And we are done. We are done. So this is the final look for Christmas. I absolutely love it. It's super soft. It's chiseled, you know. I got that sweet baby doll, baby face going on, okay? I love this look. Now I have to do my hair because, you know, my hair needs a little bit of attention, you know? So we're gonna get to the hair next, but this is the final look. I hope that you like this makeup look. If you recreate this look, definitely tag me. I want to see how yours came out. So let me know, hit me up, and that's it. I hope that you have a great holiday. Merry Christmas to you and your loved ones. Until next time, I will see you in the next video. Bye. Merry Christmas.